What's going on, guys? Now, I know it's been a minute since I've posted anything fitness related here on this channel, and lately I've been actually getting a few requests from you guys. Not a lot, but some of you have been asking for me to provide some sort of update on my fitness regimen, what I've been doing, how I've been training, how I've been, eating and stuff like that to get where I'm currently at. And by the way, in no shape or form am I saying that I'm some, beastly gym freak that you guys need to strive to look like. This is just my personal little journey I'm on, and hey, hopefully I can provide you with some sort of inspiration, or even if you guys get a little nugget of information from this video to help you out on your journey, then cool. By the way, I do got some notes right here, kind of a little script I'm following, so if you guys see me going like this the whole video, it's because I'm trying to stay on topic with this video. This video is going to be a little lengthy. So at the end of last year, something just kind of clicked with me, and I got a wild hair up the booty, and I wanted to just get leaner than I ever have in my whole entire life. And to me, I always thought to myself, and I've told you guys this time and time again, there's no reason to bulk if you're already kind of bulky, because if you do that, you might end up just looking like a unhealthy guy who's just kind of fat and out of shape. And yeah, you might be strong, but you're definitely not going to look your best. And I remember Gregory O'Gallagher from Kino Body once said in his own video, he said, before getting big and strong, get lean. That should be step number one. Get as lean as you can, and then build from there. Make sure you got that solid foundation. In fact, if you get nice and lean, you're actually gonna end up looking bigger and just more solid, more strong, because now you're actually gonna see your muscles take shape. You're gonna see those muscles and those veins pop through. So that's what I did. And back in December, I got to work. However, I did do something quite different that I've never done before. So let me backtrack and let me explain this. See, look, throughout the last 10 years or so, I feel like I've been kind of just chasing my tail. I typically go on a bulk, get kind of full looking, and then I would go on a cut, and I would therefore get real skinny, real slim. And then once I got skinny, I would go back on a bulk, try to build up some size again, and I'd just kind of keep doing this merry-go-round thing over and over and over. And I've been doing this for years. And each time, and a lot of you might be able to relate to this, each time I would cut, I would lose weight, but I would also lose all my gains. And then I would start back, I'd be back at square one again. And I would kind of just roll my eyes and be like, all right, well, let's bulk again. Let's see if something different will happen this time. And I would do this year after year after year, and essentially get nowhere. So this time around, I decided to make a slight adjustment to my diet. So try to follow along here. Now look, we've all been taught that you need to be in a caloric deficit in order to lose weight, right? And you need to be in a calorie surplus in order to put on weight, right? So for instance, if you naturally burn 2,300 calories a day, like I personally do, then in order to lose weight, I need to be eating around 1,800 calories, and then in order to put on weight, I need to be eating a little more, around 2,800 calories. And this is true, however, in my case, like I mentioned, every time I would cut, I would lose all my gains along with it. And I would get weak quick, and then I would just be back to where I started, and then I would go on this bulk, and yeah, I'd get strong, like I said, but I'd be bulky, my face would get real kind of fat and round. I mean, you guys have seen my past videos. And so I realized something. I realized that the reason why I was losing all my gains while I was cutting was simply because I wasn't feeding and fueling myself with enough nutrition to sustain the muscle mass that I did have. I would eat, like I said, 1,800 calories a day, and yeah, I'd lose all the fat, but I would also lose all the muscle with it. So I kind of had this like aha moment, I guess you could say. And I thought to myself, what if I ate at maintenance 2,300 calories a day? What if I ate and I fueled my body with everything that it needed in order to sustain my muscle mass. What if I ate right there but burned 500 calories a day by doing cardio, which would bring me back down to that 1800 caloric deficit that I need to be at while cutting so I can lose that fat. So I drastically changed up my fitness routine. From December to June, I decided to eat at my maintenance level, 2300 calories a day, but burn 500 calories a day by doing cardio 6 days a week. So it was a lot, it was intense. And I would typically do all different types of HIIT training, high intensity interval training. I think that's the best way and most efficient way to burn calories. And I did this with my buddy Joel. He was pretty much there with me the entire journey, just working out with me, pushing me, motivating me. We would do, like I said, lots of HIIT. We would be on the treadmill, elliptical, burning calories. And eventually I also invested into some home gear as well, like this smart cycling bike from LIETING, who was kind enough to ship it out to me for free, so thank you guys. It's a very good bike, the quality is great, and it's way more affordable than most bikes out there, and it actually connects with your phone or tablet so you can track your work, what you're doing, your calories, and it also comes with a Bluetooth arm heart rate band. It has a smooth and quiet belt drive opposed to some bikes that have a chain link, which I can't stand because you gotta constantly keep up with them. They always break, so you gotta always be fixing them. So this eliminates that, and honestly, by doing cardio here at home, it's been a game changer for me. So hey, look, you guys know I would never steer you wrong, so I highly encourage you to get a bike. If you want to get the one I have, the LIETING, I actually have a 10% off discount code for you to use down in the description. Anyways, moving on. Now, I know you guys are probably wondering, with all this cardio going on, what about my gym routine? Lifting weights, lifting heavy. And I kept up with all of it. Just because I was doing all this cardio didn't mean that I skipped out on any of my lifting days. I still hit up the gym daily, and I was still pumping that iron, trying to hit all my maxes and stuff like that. And as far as my routine goes, usually it was something similar to this. Monday, legs; Tuesday, chest and triceps; Wednesday, back and buys; Thursday, shoulders; Friday, chest and triceps again; and then Saturday, back and biceps again. And I'd usually take off a day of rest. And I would also implement abs throughout my week as well. It's pretty important. And of course, some weeks would obviously look a little different than this, but for the most part, my gym regimen has been very similar to this, at least. So all in all, from December to June, I was working out around 3 hours a day, and that included both cardio and lifting. And again, this was allowing me to burn major calories while still being able to fuel myself with enough nutrition to maintain my muscle mass. And you know what the crazy part about this whole process was, this whole journey, was that during this 6 to 7 month cut, I got so much leaner. I got more leaner than I've ever have been in my whole entire life. However, my weight on the scale didn't fluctuate whatsoever, which proves that I didn't lose any of the muscle mass. In fact, I probably actually put on about a pound or two of muscle, and I got stronger. And this has surely never happened before in my life, ever. Usually when I cut, I lose about a good 8 to 10 pounds. I lose all my gains, like I said. But this time when I did my cut, I didn't lose nothing. I kept all my gains. And it's crazy, just by, sucking it up and just biting down and doing my cardio and eating at maintenance rather than eating at a deficiency, like I've done time and time again in the past, I kept all my strength, I kept all my muscle. So it worked for me. And I feel like I finally kind of caught this rhythm, and I know what works for me, what works for my body. And check this out, I see so many posts out there on Instagram, and I hear so many dudes saying that, you don't need to do cardio, right? You don't need to do any of that. But if you look at all of the bodybuilders out there, I'm talking the true professionals, right? When you look at what they're doing, when you look at their regimens, they're doing cardio all the time. They do. Even if it's bulking season, yeah, they do their cardio. So it's like, why do we think that we can get away without doing cardio? Even if you look at the NBA players, right? Take a look at Giannis, for instance. when he first stepped foot into the league, he was a pretty tiny little dude out there, right? And now he's ripped. He looks great. He's put on a lot of size since then, a lot of muscle. But did he go on some sort of cut bulk process? No, man. No, he didn't. He got bigger over time and stayed lean throughout the whole process. Not one time did you see him looking fluffy or bulky. So me personally, I think that's the best way to getting bigger while still staying lean. You gotta add the cardio, man. It's a little more work, but it's worth it. And you don't have to do this every single day like I was pretty much doing. Even doing this just 3 days a week, implementing that cardio just maybe every other day, it'll help out a ton. I just got crazy with it and I was doing it like 6 days a week just because I wanted quick results. I wanted to get there really quick, you know? So anyways, after my cut, after I got down to probably 10% body fat, I then decided to go on a light bulk, and that's what I'm currently doing right now. Right now I'm on this light bulk. I've been doing it for about 2 months now. I'm only eating around 2,500 calories a day, just barely over maintenance. So that way I can put on that muscle, but then I'm also implementing just a little bit of cardio to put me back down to my maintenance level, around 2,300 calories a day. So that way I can maintain that leanness while still fueling my body with more than enough nutrition it needs to put on some lean, solid muscle mass. But not to keep repeating myself, but just to kind of get this embedded in your guys' heads is get lean first. That was the trick right there for me. Get lean first, because you got to understand, anytime you bulk, you're not going to look as sharp and chiseled. I mean, yeah, you're going to get big and strong, but you're going to also kind of look a little soft, which is fine, you know, to each his own. Everybody's got their own fitness goals. If you want to look bulky like that, you want to look real nice and full, then hey, that's cool too. If you want to go for that Bane look, right? Hey, then that's your look. I just know for me, I like to stay lean because it looks good for me. It looks good for my specific body type. You know, when you're lean, you look solid, you look strong. Even if you're not a big guy, your muscles are gonna start really taking shape, and your veins are gonna start popping through. It's kind of like Zac Efron, for instance, and specifically in Baywatch. I mean, everybody was freaking out on his body and freaking out on the way he looked, but he was just lean. That was it, man. I mean, his frame is smaller than I am. He's a little shorter than me. I think he's only 5'8", and but therefore, you know, he looked pretty massive. He looked pretty big and strong in that movie, but he probably only weighed about 150 pounds, to be honest with you. Now, moving on to what you guys have been waiting for, nutrition. As far as what I'm eating right now, I just try to stick to natural, organic foods for the most part. I'm a huge health nut, I guess you could say. I'm very passionate about the health aspect of things and just taking care of my body. I don't know, it's just, I guess it's just fun for me. I like the challenge and I like staying optimal. I like staying energetic and fueling my body with exactly what it needs to grow and to just so I can maximize myself. My wife and I usually cook and make our own meals. However, we do order 21 meals a month from Flex Pro Meals, which is a meal service that delivers amazing food straight to your door every single month. And by the way, this is not a sponsor. I've been using them for quite some time now, a couple years, and I have tried over 3 or 4 different meal services over the years, and Flex Pro Meals by far tastes the best, so I'm just letting you guys know. And what I really like about this meal service is those nights when my wife and I are just really busy or we're just tired and we don't feel like cooking, hey, we just take one of these suckers, pop it in the microwave, and bada boom, bada bing, we're ready to go and ready to enjoy ourselves. And another great thing about Flex Pro Meals is that they make it very easy to track all your nutrients, all your macros. Every meal has the nutritional information right on it, and I just easily input it into my Lose It app. So that way I can see how much food I've eaten that day and how many more calories I got left before I'm capped off. And by the way, if I want some sort of treat, you know, I want to treat myself, I'll go ahead and do it. It's not that big of a deal. Of course, I'm not gonna go overboard on it, but if I want a little something at the end of my night, I'll go ahead and track that as well into my app, or I'll just go ahead and do some cardio to burn it off, and then I'm good. I'm covered. And last note, you guys, this is the most important thing. At the end of the day, you gotta make sure that you track your calories. If you don't, this will be your biggest mess up, your biggest regret. I mean, you could be doing all this work in the gym, all this cardio, but if you are unknowingly eating even slightly over your daily calorie budget, you're gonna plateau, you're gonna stay stuck. Or even worse, you might actually put on weight when you're trying to cut, when you're trying to lose it. If you don't track your calories, it's like shooting an arrow in the dark. You're gonna miss every single time. So hey, look, I got a couple more days left of this light bulk that I'm on before I kind of just go into maintenance mode and enjoy the rest of my summer. I got some trips coming up and some fitness sponsors that I have to shoot some videos for on IG. So ultimately, I just want to kind of hone into those things right now. With life, there's seasons for everything. There's seasons of going hard, going 110%, and then there's seasons where you just kind of chill out a little bit, where you enjoy life, you recalibrate. And then by the end of the year, I'm guessing I'll have some sort of new fitness goal that I'm gonna be chasing after, like I always do. I know I will, so I can't wait to hit the ground running on that, whatever that's gonna be, whatever that's gonna entail of. I love a new challenge. I love pushing myself. Like Kobe said in an interview one time, he said to enjoy the process, He said the dream isn't in getting the championship ring or becoming successful. That's not the dream. The dream is in the process. The dream is those days where you don't feel like putting in the work, where you're tired, where you feel exhausted, but you're still there. You still showed up. That's the dream. The dream is the journey. It's the process, right? But for now, hey, I'm happy with the results that I've got. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm surely not where I used to be. And I'm gonna keep working, right? I'm gonna keep pushing myself. Thank you, God, for even giving me the ability to work out, to push myself, to be able to take this vessel, take this temple, and build upon it. You guys gotta realize, for those of you that don't like working hard, for those of you that have a hard time training, you gotta realize that it's all a blessing, man. Fitness, going to the gym, sports, pushing yourself to exhaustion, it's a blessing to be able to do that. It's an honor, a privilege. Some people don't have the ability to do this. Some people don't even have the ability to walk. I know some of you watching this channel are in those predicaments, and you can attest to this. Hey, if you're alive, you're healthy, you got your health, you're still breathing, then there's always something you can do to push yourself. Me personally, the way I see it, the best way that I can honor God and show him how thankful and grateful I am for this body that he's given me is to put it into action, to build it, use it for his kingdom glory, and to maximize, right? Maximize what he's given me. And that includes pushing myself at the gym, pushing myself to new limits, new heights. And it's crazy, when you got your fitness and your health on point, it seems like everything else in life just kind of starts to fall into place. It's weird how that happens. Try it. Watch how great you feel. Watch how manly and masculine and how purposeful you feel after you start putting in that work, after you start building and doing what you got to do as a man. Watch how your life starts to expand in other areas. So, hey, appreciate you guys watching. Thank you to everybody who's been motivating me and pushing me and encouraging me as well on this journey. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Peace always.